there, welcome to the I Ching Cafe. My name is Belinda Dubston and it is our first full throttle weekly overview for July 2022 for the 4th of July. Yes, Independence Day for those who are celebrating that day. Okay, so let us have a look quickly as we get into this episode. Last week, we had the closing off of our abundance and transformation sandwich, our bookends, closing off with Hexagram 14, possession of greatness and abundance, tied into that, the wealth, the gold bar, but also the wealth on other levels, and our cauldron that closed off a cycle wrapped around June, bringing us transformation. Perhaps when we opened the lid, we noticed what had been bubbling inside. What was the thing that we've created we can now share with others, tied into our abundance. So what on earth was going on in your abundance consciousness last week as you opened the pot and you saw what the cauldron had transpired, what your spells had manifested for you across the whole month? So please do share some thoughts if you have experiences coming out of last week. So this week we do have changing lines. So we have our 2 hexagrams. Let's get into it. So what are we supposed to focus on for this week? Our first hexagram is 59, dispersing. Dispersing we had a couple of weeks ago, and it is the idea of a gentle dispersing and melting and releasing of problems, obstacles, things that have stopped us from moving forward. And so we see the symbol of the melting ice, this gentle thaw that is taking place, that is releasing what is stuck under the ice. I have mentioned to you before that in one application of this hexagram, I shared this hexagram with somebody and explained this idea of these people that fell into a glacier in, I think maybe the 40s or before the war in Europe, and the husband and wife got frozen into the ice, and then only recently the ice melted, obviously, global warming, and out came these bodies. And so it created a huge amount of closure for the family who had these loved ones who just disappeared one day, never came home. And, here we have 70 years odd later, this thing closing off and thawing out. And I had shared this symbol with somebody who had this hexagram and wanted to know more about 59 dispersing. And I explained this idea of the story. And to my absolute amazement, not knowing anything about this person who had this hexagram, that she had just decided and just uncovered a way to find out who her birth parents were. She was adopted. And so this idea of something old that's in the ice, that's frozen up, that now gets released, it's a very powerful hexagram to help us understand the slow and gentle thaw. One comment on the video was this idea of, when you are plowing snow, clearing your snow outside your house, you wait until it's late in the day when the snow is softened a bit, and so that gets it easier for you to remove it. Thank you for that brilliant analogy that you shared with us all. And so this idea of this thaw, of this kind of easing of locked circumstances that allow us to get into an issue that previously was out of reach. It was out of the ice. A wonderful week for us to focus on dissolving some blockages, releasing things that have become stuck. For you and your business, what is the biggest obstacle you face right now? What is locked up? What has been an issue that almost has been inaccessible to solve, no matter what you have thrown at it in your personal life? What has been locked up? What is the thing that has been difficult to move forward and you felt obstructed in moving forward? And therefore this week, no matter what the issue is, business or personal life, how does that thought take place? What is now unraveling so that we can access the issue, we can start making decisions, we can move forward, and we can work with this energy going forward. A lovely energy for us to gently move through things that were inaccessible, that were locked away, that were holding us back from what we needed to do. So we have one changing line in the 3rd position. And this changing line says the way that we deal with this obstacle, the way that we dissolve and thaw out the issue is through the work. Now, work is not necessarily what you do from no longer 9 to 5, I guess, from 8 to 6, okay? Work is not that. Work is the thing that's in front of you that you do, that you give your love to. Work is love made visible, right? So when I say work, I don't mean 8 to 6. I mean the thing that you are doing, your gift, the work that you are doing, which is very different if you're a stay-at-home parent versus a corporate executive versus an entrepreneur. Your focus of your work is different, but that's the thing. It's in front of you. It's your work that you are here to contribute. The way that we dissolve the obstacles is we give the work our love, okay? We put our heart and our hands and our effort and our time into the work that's in front of us. And that helps to dissolve the blockage, okay? Very specific advice. I mean, there's not much more we need to say. The I Ching brings us these very specific little focus points when we have a changing line. And that's the thing. The work helps to dissolve the obstacle. Okay. So let's work with putting our love into the work that's in front of us, the contribution we are here to make, the thing that keeps us busy, the thing that keeps our focus and attention. Let's put the effort in this week, and that helps to release the obstacle. Now, our second hexagram is 57, the gentle. And this hexagram is a doubling of wind over wind. It's a gentle breeze, okay? And the idea or the symbol of it is with gentle, we move mountains, we move sand dunes by moving one little grain of sand at a time, unrelenting in how she moves that sand dune along. Okay, so the energy is gentle. You know, if we take the idea of shaken versus stirred, if we're making a martini for James Bond, okay, this is not shaken, this is stirred. Okay, he's not going to like it. So this week, our task is to accept a slow and gentle way of dealing with things and moving things across our desk and processing things. We are supportive and nurturing. We go around the problem. Wind doesn't just get to an obstacle like water in a way and say, whoa, obstacle. It goes around and it flows and it finds ways and it doubles back. But we move that sand dune grain at a time, grain at a time. So our week requires a gentle touch, a gentle stir, not a shake, okay? A gentle stir. It's a melting, thawing, releasing week. I think you'll find the flow of energy this week will be much more kinder and gentle and more supportive as gentle and dispersing kind of release us from something that we're a bit stuck in. So maybe there's a chance for us to just wind down a little bit and find some nurturing space to unravel a little bit after the hectic last few weeks of high action. Okay, so that's our weekly overview. And so I look forward to hearing about it, hearing how you're doing. And of course, please like, share, and subscribe. If it's someone that you feel could benefit from these videos, just pop it in a WhatsApp or share it in a private message or come and join us on the socials. It'd be great to see you soon. Thank you so much.